This week on VGO, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, Silent Hill 2.
And is the future of Halo gunless? Teabagless? What's going on?
Halo's dead.
5, 4, 3, 2, live, Michelle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 875 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am your John Jacobson.
Hey, guys. It's Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey,
well,
we got
I
a
hope
big
you
show.
guys are excited because we do have a big show. Two pretty big games came out. Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred, John, you and I played, and also Silent Hill 2, the remake, is getting a lot of attention. I played, and also in a bit, our friend and VGO mod, Savril, will be joining us after the break to talk about that and some of the other stuff he's doing. We got some interesting news tonight. Matt, I know you're super excited about something.
Best news of the year.
All right. The hallway game is making a comeback.
Yeah, Matt, Michelle and I were talking about this yesterday.
Do you remember the legacy of this game?
Yes, because, but here's the thing. We talked about this yesterday on Subs, okay?
Yeah.
And if you guys aren't aware, we do like a quick little Monday podcast for Discord subscribers. And, but we were trying to figure out how is it that you talked about this game
for months?
How
did you play for months? It's like a single.
Okay, because in my mind, it went on for 6 months. Okay,
yeah.
and I don't know if that's
you
true.
You guys exaggerated it at the time, though. I think I brought it up 4 or 5 times.
No,
I was obsessed with this game.
Was this Johnism?
It was every week for 6 months, and I said to Michelle,
it was every week for 6 months.
I don't understand because Matt actually finishes games pretty quick. Like, if he's into something, usually a couple weeks or something.
I obsess about it, and I obsessed about this game. That's why I beat it in 3 weeks, but you guys thought I kept talking about it. This became a myth that you guys just
Was this
kept
a game
going.
that you could actually play every week for 6 months?
No. No. I played it 2 times, though, to get a platinum on it, and that took a long time. So maybe that's what I did. Maybe I took a break and then replayed it a couple months later.
Right.
Have you guys played it? Have you guys heard about this game? It's a really good game.
I think I played it. I didn't like the fact you couldn't fight the aliens or something at the time. I don't know. This was so long ago, but I'm interested in the second one. I don't know. I'm
AI,
still curious.
It was. I don't think I've experienced anything like it. Yeah, it's just this
boy.
super intelligent AI hunting you through the whole game.
Boy. Alien
and
intelligence.
every play is unique. There's no scripting.
One alien?
Yeah.
I don't want to look.
Okay.
You should probably go back and play it if that's
so we'll talk about the news story. They're making a sequel for Matt.
To Alien Isolation. If you're a longtime listener, you'll know the drama of the hallway game. That's what that is. But of course, right now we are live on twitch.tv/John and Michelle. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it, you can listen anywhere podcasts are, including our app on iOS and Android. We do bonus shows during the week. Some are free, some are premium. Now, John, your John show is late because you were sick. You were phlegmy today.
I tried doing it today. I couldn't do it. I was gagging and coughing and it was gross. Okay.
Ew. Yeah.
So I will try to do it by the end of the week.
Yeah. We also just did a piece of the Outsiders. We'll do like a micro VGO this week or something. So we do bonus shows. We also have a 20-year back catalog you get if you support us for only $1.99 a month. And by the way, thank you, Sniper Wolf, in the Twitch chat for subbing. John, how do they do that if they want to support us?
That's right. Go to our website, videogameoutsiders.com. When you get there, there's a red premium button. Go ahead and click it. Go to the next page and go premium. That's right. Join Club VGO. It's $1.99 a month. And once you are a member, you unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years. And yes, all the bonus stuff we do every week, like John Show, Micro VGO, PC Outsiders, Warcraft Outsiders. There's Midnight Caller, which we'll be doing soon.
Yep.
Yeah.
At the end
Lots
of the month,
stuff on there.
We're going to do it.
We're doing all kinds of stuff during the week, and if you want to get that, you got to go premium. And then also grab the app, totally free. You can use it to listen to these shows and also the bonus stuff. Search for Video Game Outsiders on iOS or Android, and then again, go to videogameoutsiders.com to go premium. All right. What else, Michelle?
Good pitch.
I think that's it. I mean, like I said, we have a big Halloween week coming up at the end of the month. Scary games. We're going to read scary stories on the bonus show. We're going to have Roger and Sally check in with Midnight Caller. So check in with the app. Also, CC Games CEO, the Game Store guy, has a show up on there completely free, and it's fun to listen to him talk about his stinking customers. All right, so let's just talk about the games because we want to make sure let's dive in. Get in all this good stuff. So really quickly, I did want to mention Kill Knight. I brought up the demo before, but it came out in sort of early access, and it's a twin stick shooter where it's a very small arena and it's sort of a combination between melee and guns, and it's a top-down isometric game. A little bit Vampire Survivors-y, but not really. Well, no, it's like a small arena shootout. Like you have to do these combinations of timing your shots at the same time as you, or building up a melee charge, because all the different combinations will give you different things. You can generate like healing gems or generate ammo. There's kind of a lot going
fantastic.
on. I need to play more, but I got kind of sidetracked with all the other stuff I was playing. But it's pretty cool. I wanted to mention it because it's out in early access, and of course it'll only get better when it comes out in 1.0, but I think it's already in a pretty solid state, and it seems a lot smoother from the demo that I played. And I always thought, John, you would like this on the Steam Deck. Because
it looks like the perfect Steam Deck game in every way.
This looks like a twitchy game.
It is. It is fast.
It's a
Even
twin
I grabbed my
shooter?
controller. Yes, it's a twin stick shooter. And I feel like both you guys maybe want to look at this. I don't know if the demo is still available, but it's kind of addicting. It's difficult at first. There's like a long tutorial that teaches you all the combos to do, but once you get it, it becomes like muscle memory. So I need to play more of that. But like I said, a lot going on. I played Silent Hill and Diablo and all that. Also quickly, I did play Diplomacy is Not an Option. That also just came out of early access into 1.0. And so I have always wanted something to recreate They Are Billions for me. That was a game I loved many years ago.
Yeah.
It's the zombies come, John, I think you played,
I did,
hordes of zombies breaking into your castle, and it was just so much fun. I had never really played something quite like that at the time, and it stuck with me. And this game is a lot like that, except it has like sort of a fantasy medieval setting instead of steampunk zombies like They Are Billion. There's a long tutorial with a lot of steps, but it's typical RTS sort of stuff with a bit of like more of that, like actually invading the castle feel.
Tower defense.
Yeah, a bit of a tower
right?
defense mixed with RTS traditional of like Age of Empires. So it has that sort of double thing going on. Look, I like this game. I think especially in 1.0, they've done a lot, and I think it's decent, but maybe only if you're sort of like an RTS junkie. If not, I think They Are Billions is still the better game, especially in the month of October. So if you kind of want a Halloween game that's not like exactly spooky, but just creepy and zombies and horror, like, and you've never played They Are Billions, because I don't even know if it ever came out on console, but I just have such a love for that game that I got super addicted to it. So check that out. But Diplomacy is Not an Option is still good. I just think that it didn't sort of fill that They Are Billions void that has been there for me. So, other than Silent Hill 2, which we'll talk about with Sav in a bit, I did play the new Diablo expansion, Vessel of Hatred, just for the show mostly because I kind of stepped away from Diablo. I don't know if I would have done it, John, but it was definitely, I don't know if I'm glad I did or not. We'll probably talk about it because, I did everything you could do in Diablo, and I was kind of like over it, and we have Path of Exile 2 coming out in November, but I think this is like the perfect thing to hold you over for like a week or two, or at least I'll get that much play out of it probably. So John, I know you played as well. Here's
let's talk about everything about this, okay? Because this
you
game
had some issues.
okay, because all right, this game was supposed to come out at 7:00 Eastern last night.
Oh, I heard about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phil fucked it up. I'm blaming Phil.
All fucking day, all day. Countdown timers. Last chance to order.
Yeah.
It's going
they
live.
They were guilt tripping you. I had pre-order, and they're like, you need to upgrade to the like big edition.
Yes.
Spend
last
$50 more,
chance,
Michelle. It's your last chance. There's 3 hours left, bitch. And I'm like, they got the timer ticking, and you're like, I kind of felt the pressure, John. I was like,
me too.
This?
I was, and the thing is, and the pressure was building anticipation, and I was, and as a result, excitement. Okay,
sure.
I wanted to do this. Okay,
excitement. I know.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, holy shit! All right, wait, I got a Red Baron pizza I can heat up. Okay,
and
I can do that.
You're timing your pizza with the game. I know you were serious about this,
right? And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a couple good beers, some New England IPAs, and we're gonna make this a night. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, and then here's what happened. I bought it on Xbox. Okay,
even though it's on Game Pass expansion, not on.
Yeah, let's be clear
Game
about
Pass,
this.
So be clear,
this is the first Diablo 4 expansion. Okay, so. The base game, Diablo 4, is on Game Pass, Xbox and PC, okay? Mm-hmm. I already bought this game twice. I bought it on Xbox before it was on Game Pass, and I bought it on Battle.net when it came out. And I played on both last year. It has cross-progression. I already knew that, okay? Because I did this, right? But because Microsoft bought them, and because it's on Game Pass, I thought to myself, okay, well, if I buy it on Xbox... No. Well, hang on. Just follow my logic because it makes sense to me.
Your logic was wrong, and I told you that. It is not cross-buy. It is only cross-play. So,
but
John, you bought it
that
twice.
was true. That was true before it was on the Xbox app on the PC and the Xbox app on the console.
Game. That is the base game, not the expansion.
But the fucking
Doesn't matter.
expansion is in both places too. Okay, so
Phil fucked you over. What do you want from me? You bought it twice.
So I bought it on the Xbox, and I'm thinking to myself, oh fuck, this is at night. I want to be in the basement for this.
Yeah,
you
need to get your pizza on your desk.
Right. like the living room for me is like a weekend during the day thing. Okay, and I'm like, okay, Monday night I'm in the basement. This is a computer thing. This is a PC thing, right? Yeah. So I start Googling it. Lots of people asking this same question. I was determined to prove that I was right, that if I bought it on Xbox.
And I continually told him he was wrong.
I know.
But of course, you guys know how that goes.
Yes. So eventually I found all these threads and everyone's confused and they're like, listen, dude, no, you got to buy it on every system. But I'm like, but I'm like, what is an Xbox? I'm screaming at my internet browser.
A lie. He said cross-play on the Xbox first party.
An Xbox? John. I bought it on Xbox. Okay?
You bought it on the console Xbox.
No, I bought it on Xbox. God damn it. Right?
There's no ubiquitous Xbox right now. It doesn't.
There's an Xbox app on my PC.
So John was pissed. First of all, he bought it twice. Then it gets delayed. He goes to bed. He didn't get to play last night. I
didn't get to play it all last night. I was up to like, what, 12 or 1? And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I have to go to bed.
You quit by 11 your time. It came out shortly after. I got to play because he didn't. He quit like a bitch.
No, you messaged me around 1 o'clock, so you're lying.
No,
it was not right
like
after
11:30 your time.
I don't know.
I played last night and I played again today.
Timestamp.
Let's talk about what you get, because a lot of the stuff sort of comes free as an update, but then there's extra stuff. So basically, you get a new class called the Spiritborn, which we both played. It's very mobile, like a bit like a rogue to me. I don't know. I thought it was going to feel like a druid. It doesn't. There's just animal themes. It's like a monk. I don't know. It's not my kind of gameplay. Yeah, the Spiritborn. It's not my. I'm not like a melee class person.
No,
so
but
like,
that's the point of Spiritborn is there's different builds for that. You could be the eagle, the centipede, the fucking. You could do.
They're still very roguey to me. They're still very roguey to me. Yes. They're not. I'm a Sork at heart. I like sorceresses. I can maybe deal with a necro, like a minion build, but So remember John Sork and Neck and a row.
I know.
You were mad that I called sorceress a Sork. So yeah, you get the new Spiritborn class, which a lot of people are excited about, and I could see why. I think it's a well done class. It's just not for me. I did play it till I filled out the talent tree and I tried 2 different specs. You get a new story with a campaign, which is apparently about 6 hours long. And I went into it kind of hesitant because I was hearing the campaign was not great. I was hearing from a lot of people that are kind of even like Diablo streamers that are pretty positive about the game were saying, look, the campaign wasn't that great. It was very like feel good and inspirational and positive and like the light. And it's like, this is fucking Diablo, guys. It's supposed to be bad.
I didn't get any of that.
Well, you didn't get that far yet. I think the whole like the arc of the story is sort of that, just like
right.
know,
but it starts very dark. It's all like about the church and the heaven.
Continuing the story. And so you get a new region with jungle and desert themes and the new zone and all that stuff. But let's be real, nobody plays. Well, I say this as you probably do. Not many people are really playing Diablo just for the campaign. You might do it once and then you're not going to probably do it again. You're going to seasonally. You're not going to come back and just do that campaign over and over. You'll probably just level another way. So. I that may not be, who cares, right? It's 6 hours. Some people like it. Some people won't. So you also get mercenaries, which are AI companions, with there's a cool system going on with them that I do like. There's only 4 right now you can get, and I did unlock them all, but there's also a reinforcement system where you can attach one of your skills to another mercenary who sort of helps you. So you hire one permanently, and there's also one you can call out attached to one of your spells. And I've been having fun with that. Like the most fun I've had so far, John, was just unlocking all of them and playing around with their talents and then like figuring out.
Yeah. No, I like that. I did get to the den. I got the first guy, the guy with one arm.
One arm and a shield. He has no weapon. Like, I don't want this guy.
His name's Bob.
I don't want Bob with one arm, dude. Like, this is the lowest bidder I got.
His name's Bob. Yeah.
And that was the joke, man. I know.
Yeah.
But he wasn't in water.
You also get, this is apparently the best and most fun thing in it, and you can only do it with 2 or more players. It's the Dark Citadel raid. So it is a new large co-op dungeon. very mechanic heavy. People say very well designed, some fun boss mechanics, but you cannot do it solo. And I feel like this was a missed opportunity in the expansion where you're adding mercenaries, which are supposed to be your AI companions, to not have this dungeon work with your AI companions. It's not because of the difficulty. It's because there's a system where you can't do it. Go ahead.
Warcraft just added NPC party members.
Yeah.
Is this what's going on here with them?
Well, no, I mean, there's always been mercenaries in Diablo. They actually disappeared and then came back, but we've had them in the past. You could always
I've had them on some certain quests where they escort me and come and do things with me like that. You mean? But
well, no, there were mercenaries in Diablo 2. It was part of the game in Diablo 1. So if they're returning back. My issue is with like the Dark Citadel. All my friends have moved on from the game. They're not playing anymore. Okay. And I can't do this unless I go to Matchmaker with some randoms to do this raid. I don't want to do that. Little Johnny is going to have to wipe his baby's ass halfway through. There'll be some drug addict screaming at his wife. Like, I don't want any part of this.
Guy with a job interview.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
always one.
There's always a guy with a job interview tomorrow. Man, that's it. Tomorrow's my day. There's always some guy that's like, the big break is coming. You know, there's a Bitcoin guy.
I'm nervous,
probably
guys.
these days.
I'm really nervous.
There's a Bitcoin. Hang on, guys. I'm mining right now. This isn't working too well.
There's a finance bro. You know, I don't know. I don't need to interact with these people. And that's just like a me thing. So I probably won't even look at this. And it's supposed to be the quote only fun thing they added. And it's like, I don't know. It's something I probably would have loved if my friends and loved ones were still playing, but now I probably won't even interact with it. So you also get one extra stash tab, and there's improvements to the systems, and there's rune words, which I'm really not a fan of so far. They're sort of like a way to alter. They're like a combo gem thing, and there's crafting changes, and there's pets now that auto collect stuff for you, which has been in for a bit. But yeah, so let's talk about kind of what we've done so far, because I did play a little bit of the new class, and then I also rolled my own sorceress just because I really do love the sorceress in Diablo. It's one of my favorite ever designed classes, I think, in a game. Like, it's actually fun. So John, tell me about your first experiences, what you did in the game.
Well, I'm doing the campaign. So what I'm doing right now is very linear. So I'm staying on the main, story quests.
Okay.
I do like the Spiritborn. I'm doing the Eagle one. And so I'm following the Max Roll GG guide. And, I like that class. It's fast. It's frantic. It can be. You kind of teleport or hover or whatever and come down and kill people. And I have the main attack is this barrage of
You're
arrows.
Doing quill volley. Yes.
Yeah, quill. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the main attack is the barrage of arrows, right? But I listen, Michelle, I'm not seeing a lot of new stuff here except for when I got to the den. Mm-hmm. And I could have these mercenaries I could hire and all that, and I could level them up.
That might come free. I'm not sure because I had a breakdown. I put it in our
What do you
Discord,
mean it might come free?
Some of the things come free just as a free update. I don't know if Mercs were one of them. Somebody could correct me, but I forgot to break down exactly what it was. I know the Dark Citadel is new, the new Spiritborn is new, but you might have just gotten mercenaries, I think, but maybe not because it's tied to the new campaign. For me, they are my favorite thing so far. That is the system. I want to see them branch out. There's only 4. It would have been cool if there was 20 people to pick from.
I didn't think I was going to like this kind of Mayan setting, whatever the fuck it is.
I don't.
I kind
of
of
should have been a holy class, like a
like an
paladin
Indiana
Jones
way, kind of liking it.
Jungly native.
I don't like it.
It had like an Indiana Jones vibe to me in those temples, whatever.
It's very
dungeon.
Mayan kind of thing, jungly. I don't like it. I don't like the new zone.
I did think that they upped their cutscene game a little bit in the beginning. Did you feel that at all?
Yeah, I mean, minor spoilers. I won't say what happens or anything, but this story is about Mephisto, and people are like, how do you fuck up a story about Mephisto? But I do like one of the newer villains they introduced right away, John, the guy with the mask. I like him.
That guy's great.
Yeah, you need a cough button.
I don't have it.
Okay, well, I don't know. You have it in our browser, by the way. Hit the mic button. That'll mute you if you need to cough. He'd rather just roll off and go cough. Like, we have a mute button right in front of our face, Matt.
But what is it? Like, is he sick?
He's sick. He had to travel and he had a mishap and then he got sick.
Yeah, that guy's good.
Things aren't good.
Things aren't good.
I did like that guy with the mask.
Yeah. I like the guy with the mask. I like
felt
what
like
happens.
they're really pushing the whole church thing. more than I remember in the last game. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, you're wrong. That's sort of always been a theme with Diablo.
No, I understand, but it's like these mortals defending the heavens and
that's
stuff.
That's always sort of been there. It's the people of Sanctuary.
Yeah, before though, like Lilith and death and whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean,
know.
they're trying to make the story more human. I think that's sort of one of the complaints with this, but they're making it more about the human. But I like the story in the beginning, the first half, and the second half, I don't like where it's going, but there is one part where you're the river thing, John. Did you get to that yet?
Yes, I did, yeah.
I liked that part. I thought that was very well done, and I liked what's happening to my character. And so I was enjoying some aspects of the story.
There's still problems, though. Like, I can't handle the fucking bag of loot. It's just
well, then
sorting.
You shouldn't be playing Diablo. It's a game
I want an add-on.
Stuff.
I want an add-on. Like in Warcraft, I had add-ons that would handle that for me.
You
like,
don't need it's.
I want an add-on.
You don't want an add-on because you want to cycle through it all and figure out what you're selling for gold and what you're keeping for aspects.
I know when I'm in the middle of a dungeon and I've got all this fucking. What's that?
You have to love loot if you like ARPGs. If you don't love loot,
then
don't play ARPGs.
But it's sorting through everything that seems
the sorting is what people love in ARPGs.
That seems fun to me, though.
Coming back with
I
hated
that in Baldur's Gate 3, like sorting through my arrows and shit every time.
We're talking about ARPGs. Coming back with your stash and going through it all
it's the same idea, though, as World of Warcraft with the add-ons, and I would get the Bagnon add-on, and it would
way less about loot than an RPG. You don't get thousands of fun things. I still
end up with bags full of garbage, and I'm just looking through it all.
Exactly, bags full of garbage. In an ARPG, you can end up with bags full of great stuff. ESP asked, is Steam the best place to play Diablo? It very well could be, but it is free on Game Pass, the base game, so... But you don't own the base game, so if you buy the expansion, then why do you have, it's kind of awkward. I always think Steam is a great place to play. I'm in BNet,
but it's cross progression though, so if you did do it on Game Pass, you're not going to lose your save,
Yeah, I would never play through the Game Pass app.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's linked. You link your account to battle.net, so you never lose your save data. Yeah. So it doesn't matter if you don't own the game.
Yeah. Now, we do have a guild. You're welcome to join. Krell, you run it. You can ask in Discord or just search for Video Game Outsiders. I think there's like 100 people or something. I don't know who's still playing.
The one thing, too, that I read is the max level is 60 now. Instead of 100.
They squished it down. So back in the day, I got to 100. I sort of did everything you could do. And now
not a lot of people did, though, if I recall, when we talked about this before.
Well, they did it eventually. I played the beginning before they made it easy and nerfed it all. And I did everything. I was very addicted to this game. You can go back and listen, right? I put hundreds of hours in. I did everything. The 100th Nightmare, killing Uber Lilith. And then I kind of walked away from it. And so over this last year, they have done a lot of good things with Diablo, making it better. Is it good now? I'm hesitant to say it's good. I think it was meh. Now
what about the movement?
Fair. And the movement. So I'm doing WASD. Are you doing WASD?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so yeah. I think I like WASD, and I'm glad that I don't have to, because it felt very, I don't know, limiting to have to just click to move. And like that's one of the things.
Well, here's the thing, too, because like when I played this game when it first came out, I was on Xbox and PC, and the controller was fucking way better than clicking and moving, around.
Well, I clicked to move in PoE and it's fine, but there was something about their implementation of it that was
be
off.
Very clumsy,
your horse was getting caught on the corner of rocks. Yeah. There was stutter. It was like it needed a lot of work. So now I think WASD feels a lot better. I think the game is in a much better place than it was when it launched. So it's kind of like, if you could get this and the expansion for like a $60 deal, you're probably going to have like a 15-hour double
and then
campaign
pay for the battle pass.
Don't get the battle pass. You don't need the battle pass. You don't need any of that. You don't need the $60 cosmetics and the horses.
And a t-shirt. And
you don't need any of that. You don't need the troll Funko Pop. The treasure goblin. Yeah, you don't need any of it. I think
the jelly.
But to me, Diablo is still a game you play through. It's like counterintuitive to what I said. It's not a game you come back to every season like PoE is. It's a game you play through once for like the story.
Don't tell them that.
Well, I mean, I am. This is why the D4 bad meme exists. But look, I still think that like with this expansion that people are going to be happy just sort of like not, even if they don't come back in 2 months for another season or another, you don't have to come back to this game 5 times a year. You can just come back when there's an expansion and that's okay. Like that's still a viable way to play Diablo and enjoy yourself. In another 2 years, I'll probably get the next expansion and just play that story. Hopefully they'll add a class I'm actually interested in. I've really wanted a class that wields holy power, which is like sort of what you need in a game where you're fighting demons. And people have been like, where is the paladin? Where's the cleric? Where's the priest? But John, if you're liking the Mayan thing and the jungle guy, maybe.
Yeah, I actually like it a lot. to be honest.
That's good. Yeah, people seem to like the class. They're just like the theme of it's a little weird. So there's some good for me and some bad. The mercs I think are a win. I'd love to see more. I'd love to, because going around unlocking them I think is fun and fooling around with their skills. So yeah, I think there's some hits and misses, but I think overall people will sort of, you're going to be happy with it if you were happy with the other one, and there's a new story to play through. And do you think you're going to get through the story? It's only like 6 hours, John.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So for you,
I mean,
it's
I'm
an
level.
event.
I played today only, so I'm like level 15. So I'm like 25% through.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I started my new character today, and I'm level 35 on my Sork. So I mean, it's pretty fast. It's
very fast.
It's not going to take forever. And I think for some people, because I do see a lot of this with Diablo. Well, I'm a single dad of 2, and I come home from work and I don't have time to do all this. And it's like, Diablo's my
it's
game.
Too sweaty and
so it's
sweaty.
like it's sweaty and
Try
sweaty.
hards.
Oh, the difficulty levels are weird this time around. Like, so you can start off and you just pick like normal or hard, and then once you get in the game, you can make it harder. But don't put it on like the max, because it's like crazy until you. So what's nice about that is, though, if you are having an alt that you fed down a bunch of legendaries with aspects to, you can actually put it on a difficulty level where you're able to get the best stuff in the game. But you can do it because your main has fed stuff down to your alt. So that's a nice change as well. But yeah, I think people, outside of John, it being delayed and you buying it twice, I hope you do play on both because you bought it both.
No,
both
I will.
places.
I definitely will, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't regret buying it on Xbox at all. So
Okay. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm what?
I just don't know why you bought it twice. That's all. But
you know why?
I don't know. I don't know why you ever
because I
purchased it on
like
Xbox.
to play on the weekend.
I think she knows that rationally, but she's just wondering why.
Yeah, why?
Listen,
why did you do this?
Phil's been making.
Well, she understands why you.
Phil has been making what I want to do better, little by little
He
over
hasn't
time.
been though. Phil is feeding you his dick, and you're loving it. Phil's
Okay, first of all, Phil has made Call of Duty better for me. I don't have to buy Call of Duty twice now, so Phil took care of that. Okay, so I'll
then
give
he
Phil.
took it back. He lost his goodwill with it.
He did.
So
Phil made you buy Diablo
so then
twice.
Phil's probably not fully aware.
I thought Phil said play anywhere, John. Xbox first party games are play
it's because of
anywhere.
Blizzard. It's because of Blizzard is what
But
it is.
they own Blizzard now.
I know.
Carl said, did you denounce Phil, John? We're waiting. Yeah, ESP says Phil scammed you. And he just can't admit it. You're like a battered wife. You've got to let go. I know Phil keeps bringing you flowers, John, but you have to move on.
Phil took care of the most important fruit here, which is Call of Duty. I only have to buy that once, okay?
I don't think we can do this, guys. He's not going to.
There's some higher fruit on the tree that is Diablo expansion, okay? He's maybe not, it's not on his radar, is what I'm saying.
You mean one of their biggest properties isn't on his radar? What do you mean?
He doesn't know that
he was so busy. This just slipped his radar.
He doesn't know that I went through this. He, you know.
And by the way, they are no longer the chicken people. They have put their Diablo brand on the trolley gummies. So if you see those now, the gummy people are playing the game. They get free skins or something. Those trolley like gummy worms.
Yeah, nice. I know.
So
and there's like you said, there's a Funko Pop too that has a skin.
Yeah. So these Funko Pop people are now infiltrating the game. Be careful out there. Well, that's all I have to say on it. I don't know. I'll beat the campaign and probably never touch it, but that's okay. I bought the $40
That's kind of how I
version.
feel in a way too, but 6 hours is kind of short.
DJ says, "Why is John calling Phil a fruit?" I don't know. He's
I didn't.
He's saying
I didn't. No.
There's a bigger fruit to pick than Diablo.
I'm saying that Call of Duty was a lower hanging fruit, and he took care of that for me. Okay, and he's going up the tree. He can't do everything in a year. Okay.
Phil's just not that into you. All right, so I also played Silent Hill 2. We'll talk about that in a bit. I want to move on so John has time. I'm drinking some water, just playing. John, what'd you do over there?
All right, I played a game. Now I was okay, so there's a game that we have reviewed already on this podcast. Mm-hmm. And it came out during the Xbox 360 era.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I really liked it.
Yeah.
And it was a magical time when this game came out. Everything was fresh and new.
The worst. I wish you'd just give the game first.
No, everything was fresh and new when this game came out.
God.
It was a magical time. Okay,
What was the season? Do you remember?
I don't.
Matt, you always encourage him.
And it was a magical time, and so our friends at Capcom, have decided to remaster this game.
It's called Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. For fuck's sake.
Yes.
Oh, Dead Rising.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Fond memories, huh?
Brings back fond memories. I love Dead Rising.
I did too. And so they redid the game completely using the new Resident Evil engine. Okay.
Oh.
So it's been completely modernized. They updated the controls. They updated the controls.
Yeah.
Okay. There's classic controls now. And if you remember, and I don't remember a lot of this, but I did read about what's different about the controls. I guess back in the day, there was a lot of wiggling going on with the joysticks, Matt.
Oh, because were they trying to look up people's skirts?
No, if the zombies grabbed you, you had to wiggle the
mode they removed
you had to wiggle.
Oh, I'm thinking of another controversy. Yeah. When you were grabbed by the thing, you had to like wiggle your way out of it. You're right.
Yeah, so they got rid of all that with these new modern controls. You can also move and shoot at the same time, which is new.
Okay.
So let's talk about this game. And by the way, I don't understand what's going on with this game at all because I was going to buy this game physically. That was my whole plan, right? Mm-hmm. And if you go on the internet to try to do that, you will see that the game comes out either in November or December, depending on what site you go on.
Physical is dead, John.
But why would they not release the physical at the same time as the
nobody
digital?
buys physical anymore. It's like 10 guys in Ohio, and they're all at Kevin's
Capcom.
store.
This is not like some boutique.
I don't think people do physical as much anymore, and it just wasn't a priority. They're coming out like later limited runs now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is not limited run games, right? This is Capcom, for God's sake.
Right, but it probably won't be a lot made.
Yeah.
How many do you think physical copies of this game they're going to sell?
I don't know. So, Matt, what do you remember about this game?
I remember being stressed out by the time counting down. Like, you only had 7 days, right, to save as many
72 hours, Matt.
That's right, 72 hours. And I remember, like, it was stressful. Like, I can't do well with
But here's the thing.
Countdowns.
Okay?
Yeah.
Coming into this game with fresh eyes.
Yeah.
Having experienced a lot more games and rogues and all that shit. Mm-hmm. In a lot of ways, I could tell this game is designed for multiple playthroughs. Without a doubt.
Ahead of its time is what you're saying.
Yes.
First roguelike?
Well, I mean, roguelite is probably the wrong word, but it's kind of roguelike or something.
You have to play it over and over to get the full game experience, essentially.
Yes, because there are perfect endings you're trying. And by the way, if you guys are not aware what the game is, so you are Frank West. And by the way, this is absolutely a game from another time. There's no baggage. I feel it. I sense it. It's just
there is baggage. They took away a couple of things that were in the
I'm
game
not aware
originally.
of that.
Yeah,
okay.
So there was a photo mode where you could photograph women and like try to see down their shirt or up their skirt or something.
I didn't know that.
They got rid of 2 other things to quote for modern audiences, John.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
but okay, so that on the surface though, to me, it's the same shit. It's the same humor. It's the same everything. Like you're Frank West. You're some like grizzled, news reporter, photographer guy, and you're being dropped off at a shopping mall.
He was supposed to be like that kind of grimy guy taking pictures of girl. Like they kind of took neutered part of his personality.
The thing is, I don't remember any of that upskirt shit at all.
Yeah.
So,
you probably weren't doing that,
right?
I didn't even know how to photo mode, and now I feel like
Matt was doing it.
No, the photo mode is a huge part of the game, Matt.
Oh, when Frank used his camera. I'm sorry. I thought you meant like a modern photo mode when you can pause the scene and go through the scene.
All right, so anyway, to set up the game, there's some zombie outbreak in Colorado near a shopping mall, and you are dropped off, by a helicopter to investigate this as a reporter and basically document it and find out what is going on. That's the whole setup. And you have 72 hours to do this. And then in 72 hours, they're going to pick you up and rescue you. That's it. That's the whole setup of the game. Mm-hmm. And what's cool about the game, what I love about the game is that it doesn't take itself seriously at all. Everything is a weapon in this game. And honestly, you're going to be not using guns that much. There are some guns in the game, but you're more likely to grab a cash register to kill a boss, than a pistol.
I think you could toss records at one point.
Yes.
And sever people, the limbs, and lawnmowers.
Right. Because I beat the first boss, which is like this demented clown, and
also known as clown.
The guns sucked, by the way.
That's redundant.
And I'm like, I could not kill him with the pistol. And then when I started using the cash registers, suddenly I'm like, okay,
that's
this is how you. What?
Yeah. That's clown kryptonite.
So I like that a lot. And so you're going through the game, you're trying to figure out what's going on in this world. Why are these zombies here? At the same time, you're trying to rescue hostages, which is my least favorite part of the game because the AI is still bad. I did read that people said the AI is good. I don't agree with it because you rescue a hostage and they follow you around, okay? And you're supposed to take them to like the security office or whatever to, save them. But what ends up happening is you rescue them, you walk out of the room they were in, like in a shoe store, and they're instantly dead. Jane has died. You're like, what? Like, why did she follow me? Like,
escort missions were the worst.
Yes. And that's my least favorite part of this. But there's like little quests, like barricading areas and stuff. And there's like some hillbillies outside in a Humvee. There's like just a lot of stupid shit. The zombies aren't scary at all, which is probably why I like this game. Because it's not scary. It's goofy. It really is. And you do level up. You have like skill points, but they're like automatically assigned. And they just kind of like give you more abilities as you play. I like it a lot. I really do. The graphics look updated, but I'm going to say this. Yes, the graphics are updated with the new Resident Evil engine, but as soon as I launched it, I could tell it was from another era. It's just like the polygon count isn't quite what they're doing today, but everything looks a little nicer and glossier. But to me, it's how the 360 version looked when I played it. I'm sure it looks a lot better. But it looked like that to me,
So it's just a remaster. It's not a remake or anything.
It's a remaster, but they did rebuild it on a new engine, Okay. And they
not like a total remake like the Silent Hill game. Yeah, in the end, it's the same thing. Up. Yeah.
Well, I think it's kind of like what they did with the Resident Evil games, using the same engine.
I mean, I guess, but they changed the movement in those games too. But you're saying they did here as well. You can move and shoot.
Did. They changed the movement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this a thumbs up. I really like it.
Cool.
I absolutely do. It's fun. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like my next game, actually. I didn't know this was out.
Yeah. And I think they're doing Resident Evil, Dead Rising 2 maybe also. Cool. So I don't know. It's like I almost forgot that this franchise existed.
So maybe they're setting the stage for an actual reboot? Like
maybe, I don't know.
A new one. Rising? I mean, I always liked that concept in the mall. I remember at the time it was like there were movies.
Yeah, well, that's Night of the Living Dead.
It was like it just was a fun, goofy setup.
Yeah, it's a playground, right? Because what happens is you're like, oh fuck, I can't heal right now because I have no food, right? And then you're looking all around and you realize that you're in a section of the mall that only has sporting goods stores, right? So you have to go find the food court because that's where all the food is. And then you have inventory and you can load up on fucking wine and burgers and shit. And then you can heal yourself, when you're battling in the sporting goods section. So I like the mall a lot though, because you do actually take advantage of what all the stores are selling. Like the sporting goods store is where you want to go. They got golf clubs, baseball bats.
Yeah, it's the best weapons, right?
Cash registers.
Cash register. That's all you need.
Well, they have cash registers too. But the weapons do have a durability meter, so you can only use them for so long.
Gotcha.
So you'll have to have like when I beat the clown, I had like 4 cash registers and like 4 baseball bats in my inventory.
You just carry cash registers
Those fucking things are heavy.
Yeah.
All right. So did you end up playing Parcel Core?
No, I did not.
Okay, because I saw they did a Steam Deck update for that. Now you tried to watch the Making of Stalker 2 Xbox documentary war game.
I did not
that game
like
is Game Pass. You didn't like it.
I didn't like the documentary. The documentary, I mean, listen, it's not. This is not any kind of statement, but it was more about Ukraine and the war and all that shit.
Not about the game, yeah. Because they're making it.
And I was like also half asleep watching it. I was bored of it, to be honest. Yeah. I don't really have any Stalker. Did we play that? Did we talk about that game? We must have, right?
We never did. I don't think we ever talked about it.
We never talked about
it. I don't know if I
Is that right? We never played that first game?
The second one is coming on Game Pass, so we'll definitely be talking about it. Yeah, Incredible and Homeless were saying you're taking bong hits over there.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's it for me. I'm drinking a Hadley Grass.
All right. Okay. What'd you do, Matt?
Awesome. I actually visited a game that you guys reviewed and I never got to check out. Do you remember Dredge with the ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. And there was a big DLC to it too.
Was there really? Okay, I didn't know that. Well, since I was still on the PlayStation Plus Essential for I can't remember, some kind of game I was playing. This was a game that is free on there, so I thought I'd try it. And I dug it. So I'm going to buy Dragon Age at the end of the month. I'm looking for small games just to fill my time, nothing to get too in depth with. So this is perfect for that. I just really dug the loop of during the day, catch fish, solve mysteries. Then I guess a little like you said, Michelle, going back, selling my shit, organizing my shit.
Like, actually flipping things around in the bag. Dredge.
Yeah, Dredge.
Oh,
I hated this game. People loved it. They went
it.
crazy for it, and I thought it was like boring and not fun.
So here's the thing. My trajectory of like liking this game, it really peaked over the weekend.
Okay.
I'm at a point now though where I'm like, it really is the same thing. It really is just kind of.
But you're basically finding I found a painting.
Wow,
I gotta bring it to the guy.
This fish 90
I gotta bring it to the guy that buys art. Like that's right.
Yeah,
like
and there was
to
all this talking with these people I didn't care about.
You're satisfying all these weirdos on the beach in these houses.
You're helping them move by getting lumber and shit.
It had this Lovecraftian theme kind of thing with like the waters and Preach to the Deep. I liked a lot, but I just couldn't get into the gameplay. But people love it; they really do. It's one of those games.
And there's like some supernatural thing that happens like at night, right? You have to get back and
or else you go paranoid, or stones appear in front of your boat and you have a higher chance of crashing. So you don't want to go at night unless you upgrade your boat. There's a huge upgrade system and you can get bigger boats and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it is really just like go to this spot, fish for something, whether it's the quest item or just something to sell. It doesn't deviate. I mean, that's all you're going to be doing is going around as a ship fishing and talking to people.
Yeah.
So, but if you like that, it could be a cozy game, I guess. Like I just had a podcast on. I was just playing it.
It sounds like you're talking yourself out of liking it now. I guess it's
to be honest, I deleted it yesterday because I found another game. So, but now I'm kind of talking myself back into it. I'm like, you know what? I think I kind of did like this. Pretty
good,
game.
actually. Yeah.
So that was my first game I played, and then I'm like, I just need something a lot more brainless shooting shit. So I looked again on the PlayStation Essential. I found Hotline Miami 2, which you'll remember is the twin stick, just like really bad.
Kind of like that.
It's my type of brainless
door kicking kind of
twin stick. Yeah, and it's just like really violent deaths and. Do you remember that Katana Zero game we played where you have to plan your plan of attack?
I love that game.
I love that game, by the way.
Me too.
Did you play that 12 minutes game that's on Game Pass, Matt, with planning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I'm wondering, is it like that where you're planning your moves ahead? Okay.
No.
Well, Katana Zero, you reviewed like video footage of what you did, right? Or something.
It's the voyeur thing. That's why Matt likes it.
No.
This does play out like an 80s film. No, and so the reason I'm saying it's like Katana Zero is like there is really only like you have to memorize your path to kill all these guys. Because if you just go in like with no plan, you're going to get shot super quick. So I like that aspect of it. It is a tiny bit of a puzzle.
But you describing that sounds horrible. But
sounds
Katana
like
Zero,
Breach Wizards.
But Katana Zero wasn't horrible the way they handled it. Like I never felt like it was a job to do it.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is more of a job. This is more like you die 50 times in a row and just eventually figure out the best, most optimal path to survival. Katana Zero just was way cooler. But I'm just saying it's the same kind of mindset, right?
Well, yeah, like the end of Katana Zero took me many, 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 many tries.
Oh, but and then they had those special doors.
But you reviewed like the tape of what you did, and you saw like, that last bullet, I needed to jump before that or something, right? Like, isn't that what you...
Yeah.
Right?
It was even better than that. What was I think there was something like... No, you're right. You just kind of went back to the beginning and just tried
But you reviewed, like, the video footage of what you did, right? And then you could see where you made the mistake. Mm-hmm. Because every time you went, the NPCs did the same thing, right? It's like, that guy is always by that door, right? Yeah. Be ready for him.
So you just memorize the perfect run, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just go back and play that. And holy crap, this Balatro game!
Really?
I was on the way back from Toronto just after a job, and I just stopped in for a coffee. 45 minutes later, I was late. 45 minutes.
Shut up!
I started a Balatro game while I was having coffee, and I thought like only like 20 minutes had passed, and like this game just sucks me in. I think it's just I love poker to begin with, so adding the multipliers and everything, and just all the bells and whistles and how it makes you feel when you're on a good run. This is crack to me.
You need to get it on Steam and get the Witcher packs and all that then.
Maybe I do. I just don't know if I could put it on my computer.
Yeah. It'll run on anything.
I mean, the phone is
the
phone's the right place for that game, though.
Yeah, but if he works really at home on his PC on like another monitor, he could just have it open and like play a little game.
Especially
work.
With my new 2 monitors, like my
that's
ultra wide, I just have it on the right.
Exactly. It's a good 2 monitor game because that's how I played it.
So I just said that. I looked to my right. I printed off a list of the tiered Joker list so I can always see it on my second screen now because I'm playing and I'll look up and see which Jokers to pick.
Yeah.
I really like this game.
It's funny.
And, I'm still playing Helldivers 2 on the rare occasion with my Halo boys.
They did an update, right? Didn't they make it do something different to make it better?
I feel like...
aren't there like mechs and shit now? And
that's
there's
what it
mechs. There's always a new big flashy weapon, and they're always
Isn't it like a warthog?
No, there's nothing to drive yet.
I thought there was.
No, not yet. I think that's something you were talking about.
Plan,
that's
maybe.
my thing. I was saying to my buddies is that this game is great, just because it's just great to get on and just shoot the shit with your friends while you're playing a couple missions. But in terms of game, like it needs to make a move now. It needs to introduce that third faction. It needs to do something different. I think an event or it's in danger of just people being like, so I guess this is it. Because that's what I'm feeling right now. Like, this is the same mission type I've been playing over and over again. What else is down the road, right? So.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, when we did the VGO event, it was absolutely fun when we did it.
Oh,
right?
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. It was very atmospheric. But I knew that it wasn't going to last that long.
I never ever felt compelled to go back.
It really is whoever you play with type game. I think that's what makes it for me.
Right.
Like, if my friends didn't play this, I wouldn't be touching it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you still got to get used to doing the same thing over and over. Can you make it so hard where it's like fun because it's so difficult?
Oh, I mean, that's why we find it fun. Like, we crank it to like the top hardest difficulty, and it is hilariously hard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we bond, like we trauma bond in this game because
you better bond over that because Halo's dead. All right, they got a guy. We're probably going to talk about that in news. There's a guy working on the new Halo game.
Bake it, Michelle. Jesus Christ.
All right. Whatever. It's a little tease for the news. We could even talk about it now. We got 10 minutes to go. All right, anything else, Matt?
I did, but you guys talk because I'm trying to remember what else I did this week.
I'm wondering what we're looking forward to next week. We may have to do a theme because Steam Next Fest is going on. I don't know what's come out of that, but there's really not much for the 15th or the 22nd. And then the 29th is our Halloween show.
22nd, I'll have that new Batman VR game to talk about.
Oh, good. All right.
We are getting the Quest.
Okay, so what about
and
next
John, you
week?
should pick that up too. Do you have
where would I play that?
I have an Oculus
Don't you have a Quest?
2 or something.
I have a Rift.
You might be able to get on the Rift.
Really? I don't think so.
You know
Michelle,
what?
you have an Oculus?
Yeah, maybe next week or on the 22nd we can tie that into some theme. We'll do,
what is like the full title of that game?
George Clooney game. VR episode, yeah.
I think Batman Arkham VR, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
No,
for
that's the
22nd.
one. That's the name of the one I played on the PS4. What's this new one called?
Do you guys know how to Google new Batman VR game?
I'm looking right here, and you know what comes up? Batman Arkham VR.
So it's not a new game?
Batman Arkham Shadow is coming 10/22/2024.
Right,
the first
Batman
result
Arkham.
for new Batman VR game on Google.
Arkham Shadow. Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
All right, good.
Well, if that's on Rift S, I would consider that. No, this is a Quest 3 exclusive.
Oh, I can't play on 2? All right, otherwise I'd say I play. Well, good. I'm curious about it. That'll be the 22nd. Next week, though, we may need to
So it's not on because if it was on Steam, I could play it. Yeah, fuck you, Zuckerberg.
Not on Rift, Yager says.
Quest S.
Huh? I'm not
get the new
buying that
Quest
shit,
S.
dude.
I
guess
have
we
my
are.
Beat Saber headset. I'm not buying another one.
I got the Rift S. It's good enough. I could play Flight Simulator when it comes out. And
Paid like $400 to play Beat Saber. I'm good.
Yeah.
And I can't even play this VR game. That's the
It
problem
is
with
great.
consoles or devices, period, and why I fucking hate them. They're antiquated. You have to throw the whole thing out and replace it. With the computer, you just upgrade your graphics card. Like, you're telling me this headset can't play this Batman game? How taxing is this shit? You know you're going to put this on your head and still go like garbage.
this game will absolutely play on the Rift S with a 3080. I assure you.
Yeah, but they don't
by
want
the
it
way.
to come out there because it's some exclusive. But you know what? I bet I can pirate it and may force it to run. We'll look into it. All right, that's on the 22nd.
sure
But as
someone
far
will
as
have a
next
solution.
week, we may have to talk because I don't know what we're going to no games on my radar personally for the 15th. So we'll figure
All right,
that
Matt,
out.
what are you drinking?
Coke Zero. And
Coke
water.
Zero.
All
right, we have a very special kind of half round table with a special guest, Michelle. Savral's here.
That's right. You know, you sent you beer, right? And all that
That's
cool
right.
stuff too. And you said he
Great
liked it.
beer, by the way.
That's
Thank
right.
you, Savral.
Samples from
Wow,
Wisconsin.
glad you
Stouts and
enjoyed
the, and the fancy root beer.
Did you go through all of it?
I think I did.
That's some serious stout there, so I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so-
I still have a few I saved from Christmas. I think I drank all yours. I have a couple Goose Island ones that I saved. Maybe one of them is from you, though. You gave me Goose Island, right?
I sure did, yep.
Yeah, I might still have one of them. I have like 3 of them in my dining room. So I think one of them's from you.
Now, the
So
reason why I
thank
wanted
you.
to have you on, and we planned
You
this
want
for a
them to
while.
age, right, Savral? I want to... is because I have some that are like 2021, 2020, 2022. Like, do you go a couple extra years or just go
I
for it?
do.
Uh-huh.
So I kind of have there's here in Wisconsin, they got the Lakefront Brewery every Black Friday. They do their like little thing. People sleep outside. They wait in line for these things, and then put them downstairs. Nice controlled like environment. Let them age a little bit.
Okay, but when do you say, okay, now's the time? Because I'm struggling with that because I have some that are a little older than others.
I feel like the 2 to 3 year mark. I think there's limited returns after that.
Okay,
and,
so-
I mean, it starts turning into like almost castor oil. Like,
Right.
Well,
mean,
good.
it's not
Crack
like
one open
wine.
for Halloween or something, John. Because I'm sure
No,
you got
I mean,
some-
I last year, Savral sent me some, and then I bought some also, and that was a Christmas thing
Yeah.
for sure. That whole week was trying those, and everybody was sampling them. You know, I'd open one and pour it into like 4 or 5 little glasses. You know, and
the
it's like
alcohol on that is pretty high.
yeah, you just kind of sip it. You know, it's like you're pouring like a little brandy kind of, or something.
Yeah, right.
But I do
Yeah.
like
It's like
it
a
for sure.
Guinnessy beer. Like
Yeah,
what is it?
it's very Guinnessy. It's oaky. They age it like in whiskey barrels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
All right.
Now that
There you
John's
go.
got that out of his system.
well,
So I
no,
wanted
because
to have-
Savile reminded me about all
No,
that.
I know.
'cause
I'm
actually
teasing you.
forgot
You
for a
always,
second.
John always takes it to food. Like it goes to food or drink.
Well,
like,
no,
oh,
Savile
sorry.
did send me some good stuff.
No, I know. But
Yeah.
the reason why I wanted to talk to him, not that I don't love his beer and selection of root beer selection, is because you're a bit of a horror guy, and we talked about this kind of a couple months ago. Like we need to have you on because you were getting like, was it collector's edition you got, or did you get just deluxe? Like you played
I got
early.
the deluxe. I got the deluxe edition. I was really hoping for some kind of like super ultimate, you know, statue edition, but
I know, because you have some really cool collectibles. You've posted pictures on our Discord, and you're a mod there, so people should come by and say hi. But you've posted some cool photos. You've got like framed art. You've got like collector's edition things. You've got like records. You've got
Mega
like
fan.
just mega fan of like everything. You're just like a cool gamer, like fan guy. Like you've got a badass basement. You've got like, didn't you have like Batman stuff? Like you just like, you're a fan of so much stuff, but you're also like a horror guy a little bit, right? Because you were
yeah.
excited for Silent Hill. Like you were ready to go.
yeah, I mean, ever since like even the very first one, the first one came out, and then the second one, and I started taking weeks off of work
Yep.
to play this, and I kind of have my own. You go down in the basement, turn everything off, turn the music up really
Got
loud.
his
Yep.
ritual. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So good. All
I
right,
gotta
so
ask you, several. Do you enjoy the movies too? Are you big fans of the movies? I love. the first movie.
Okay, so I was going to get into that kind of actually with, you can tell like the people that made this game really loved Silent Hill, right? And I know that like the guy, I forgot his name, Gast or I forgot Christopher or something, whatever, that made the Silent Hill movies. It was just
Christopher
like,
Guest?
yes, or something
It was
like
all
that.
improv, wasn't
I
it?
forgot what that guy's name is. I don't know that he had the love and
Eugene Levy
passion
was
for Silent
great.
Hill.
yeah,
so-
that's the problem. You get people that don't love the property doing something, and you can tell.
yes, 100%.
Yeah, but I
Cool.
think.
I love the first movie, but yeah.
Well, Matt, you got to play this game then because,
I know.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I mean, this
I
game.
I can tell you guys liked it. Let's.
Now, hang
Yeah.
on. Michelle told me
Convince
that
me.
this game is overrated, this
no,
new version.
I said
Whoa.
that the PC version is
yes.
stuttery.
No, you did. You did tell me this.
When did I tell you that?
You said that there's a lot of hype and it's not really good.
I didn't say that. John's just trying to make drama. I said the PC version of the game is stuttery and not well optimized. And I'm not blown away with the graphics to excuse the optimization. That has nothing to do with the actual gameplay. That's just sort of like a PC thing.
So it's basically overrated and buggy is what you're saying.
Well, no. Okay. But the PlayStation version, I think, runs at either 30 or 40 frames per second. But that's the technical stuff.
Shit up, John.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's get into the actual review.
It sounds like it's getting worse. So the PlayStation version is running at 25 frames per second.
No, 30 or 40, I think.
And you didn't get a statue. So this thing is worthless.
Oh, my God. All right. So this game is getting very well reviewed, overwhelmingly positive. Yes, I played the game. I played early as well. And let's talk about it because I was hoping one of you guys would have played too. But thank you so much for saving us, Sav, because I feel like there's somebody I can actually talk about the game with. So, look, I, like you, have always liked the Silent Hill games. I played them back in the day, but I didn't keep up with them. I didn't watch the movies. I didn't remember the story. But as I started playing this, it all started coming back to me. And they really it feels like such an old school game when you're playing this game that I kind of feel like in my heart, and maybe I'm wrong because I want you to tell me because you probably remember the originals more, that it feels very faithful and true to the original game in a good way.
I 100% agree with that.
Okay.
There's a lot of fan service in here. I mean, a lot of little nods to the original game as well. I mean, you figure this thing came out, 2001 was the original?
Yep.
On the PS2. They kept I think they kept as much as possible in there without damaging it, but they also added a lot of little things, new puzzles, new places you can explore. It's still Silent Hill 2. They didn't bastardize it. I think that's why it's getting such great reviews.
Yeah. And it's very foggy, John. Picture Twin Peaks-ish. Because I know John has never played a Silent Hill game.
I have not.
He's the only one here who hasn't.
No.
So there's this story of this guy and his wife.
Can you remind me, though, is this a Resident Evil type game where it's sometimes you're fighting, most other times you're kind of surviving and exploring environments?
More puzzle heavy than Resident Evil, if I remember. What do you think, Sav? Yeah. Is it more about the puzzle and exploring?
Yeah, it's definitely about the exploring. It's kind of, I suppose it's a little bit like Resident Evil, but
it's Konami's Resident Evil, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always liked
it's not a full out first person shooter.
No. This is
the encounters are kind of scattered.
You're kind of running through this spooky, foggy town, at least where I'm going through all the apartment buildings, and I'm saying, okay, I need to find this so I can do this. I mean, I think you would appreciate this because you played adventure games growing up. I know you did too, Sav, where we have that mindset where we're okay to do these puzzles and find these things, and this leads to this, and deductive reasoning, and I have to do this in that order. And it feels like an updated version of that just because of the presentation. But I think people that are very impatient are looking to just run through and not poke around, not explore, not feel that tension, because I think what he said in the beginning is very true. When I tried to play this in the day, I kind of felt like it ruined the game. I wasn't feeling it. Then I played again at night. I turned off all the lights. I cranked the headset because, like you said, the sound design is very good. The radio that you have is
great.
It goes off if there's a monster nearby, John. And I remembered right away. I'm like, oh, that friggin' radio. And it's staticky. And it's something's around. And you hear it creeping and crawling and slithering. And you're creeped out. You have to play this in the dark. You got to crank the sound. And then you'll enjoy it 100 times more.
And it gets, as you progress, what am I? I think I'm at 18 hours right now.
Mm-hmm.
Once you really get into Silent Hill and you start seeing not only the regular Silent Hill, but then you get to see the kind of the other Silent Hill, which is, the grimy, just everything screwed up, chains everywhere. I mean, if you've seen the movies, you've seen how everything peels off. They didn't do that in this one, but it's a change. And again, like you said, the sound design is just amazing. Mm-hmm. They did definitely. There's been a few times if you don't know what you're expecting, then you're gonna get scared. And even for me, knowing a lot of the stuff, it's been a few times there's been really just kind of jump scares. I scared my dogs upstairs, and because I'm screaming
you said
top of my
18
lungs.
Hours. How long is a typical playthrough? For me, I'm going to want to find everything and do everything.
Okay, so I'm kind of the same way, to be honest with you. Like me, I want to 100% this game, and I like looking at everything. So I think you could probably streamline this probably around 20 hours, probably.
It's pretty good.
But I'm about 3/4 through the game right now at around almost 20 hours, and that's because I'm trying to find literally everything.
Yeah.
So it's a meaty game.
That's good to hear.
How's like the gunplay and stuff? Is that like the main combat?
Well, okay. So, I mean, compared to the PS2 version, you're just swatting at stuff with like a lead pipe and you got a gun, but you couldn't like really control it great.
Right.
This one, it's a lot different. You can actually, control where you shoot things in the head. You can actually hit them in the knees to get them to drop down, then take the crowbar and smack them in the head. The AI is actually way better. I'm gonna tell you there's these like double leg things. These things are like smart as hell. No, they're just
they're
not
legs.
people.
They maybe
No. It's like two like legs on top, legs on the bottom. They hide in the weird
heads. Shit in this game. Yeah.
And they just fuck with you because they hide them very well, and you're not expecting them. So you can still slam your stuff and slam your crowbar into their faces and shit like that, but it's way better. I honestly only have a few complaints about this. I feel like they got lazy. I actually tweeted at Bloober because you know how listen, everybody's played a Ubisoft like Assassin's Creed game. You know when you're walking through a crowd and you use your hand to gently brush someone off to the side.
Yeah.
When you're opening a door, there's like not like it just looks like he's kind of like running into it. He's pushing it open with his shoulder. I really hate that.
There is a bit of like not connecting sometimes when you're interacting with stuff. I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with like when something happens that's important for you to write down in your map. There's like this quick like half-second animation where he pulls his map and drops.
Yep.
It just seemed like it just seemed lazy. Like it taking a little extra time to just do those like little things would have been really, I don't know, just added on to the game. But that's my really only complaint on it.
It felt like it was lacking a little polish, but I didn't know if that was me coming from the PC port or if that was just the game overall. One thing I will say, because going back to John's, it's overrated, whatever. I think that for me, this game is spookier than I'm going to compare it to the Resident Evil remakes because I really liked them, especially Resident Evil 2 remake. I actually like Resident Evil 2 remake better, but I think this game is scarier. I think this is the game you play when you want the atmosphere, the story, the fear, the turn off the lights and get, really concentrate on the sound. It's very immersive, and you don't play this if you're impatient, which is I am a bit impatient. Like you're not going to want to run through the town. Like playing this slowly, trying to get 20 or more hours out of it, which is why I think you might like it, Matt, is the way to play this. Whereas I feel like, for me, I don't know, there's something about those Resident Evil remakes that for me, I just like, if I had to only play one, I do that. But this is getting so well received, I think, because of just like they nailed the feeling of being in Silent Hill and just figuring out like what you feel like you're kind of there. Like, what would I do if I was trying to find my wife and there's like a clue? Like you're on a hunt. It's a mystery, and that's the driving force, I think.
Right, and the scary part is the atmospheres. I mean, while Silent Hill itself is like foggy and stuff like that, and there's always shit popping up. When you start going through these different situations, like an abandoned complex, or apartment complex, abandoned hospital, abandoned like prison, like it gets like you're almost afraid to turn a corner because you're like, what the hell's going to come up at me next? But again, I thought they did the story very well. They changed like a few things here and there. Again, a lot of nods back to the original game. I think they did the storyline better. Some of the stuff I don't think translated well in 2001 from like I think the Japanese version of this or whatever. But
yeah,
I mean overall, I'm very, very happy. In fact, I thought Konami was. This is one of my favorite franchises. I thought Konami was just going to throw it in the toilet and just never do anything with it again.
Yeah.
But like now that they handed it off to Bloober Team, which I mean, Bloober is like what they did Layers of Fear, which another great game I love. Blair Witch, and The Medium, which Medium was an excellent game as well.
Medium
Honestly, they should. While Silent Hill 2 is the most loved of the franchise because of like Pyramid Head and the horror and stuff like that, they really need to redo one.
I was going to ask.
overall.
So they never did one, and they just went right to two.
And it's number one. It's such a great game.
Yeah.
But it's so antiquated because of the PS1 and the tank controls on it and everything. If someone should redo it, they should give Bloober the whole Silent Hill franchise, do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and
let them make a new one. Even I think they said they're working on a new IP horror game now too. Though because of how well this is doing, though, I think they're getting funding and there's gonna be more. So it's good overall. I think.
Well, this just makes me wonder if, like, when they had the Silent Hill conference or whatever that event, they did announce one of them. There's, we had that free one that came on PlayStation, which was kind of scary. It was, not that bad. But there's a new one supposedly set in Japan, which I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play since Silent Hill is technically, I don't know, it's a town, but I guess they're saying Silent Hill could be anywhere. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just hoping Konami doesn't, fuck this up, because this is such a good step in the right direction that they really should just keep running with this.
I agree. I want to see more of this, and I would love to see the first one. And I don't know. It's a perfect month for it. It's Halloween. Like, if you want to be scared, maybe, I don't know, Matt, you'll play this at some point. If you want to actually be frightened while playing, and like Alan Wake. As far as, like, I think to me, it looked better, but I like the gameplay better of this. Now, were either of you guys going to get the Alan Wake DLC?
Is it similar in that way, or no?
Lake House, I will.
Lake House. I was going to ask you guys. You're both horror people.
Is this similar in gameplay at all?
Not to me.
Or this is more Resident Evil, right? This is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, combat obviously is different. Like, with the, I don't know.
It's its own thing. It's
I think
old
it's
school.
Inspired by that.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Michelle's absolutely right. It does have that old school feeling. In fact, I don't know if did you turn on the 90s mode? Because I didn't really understand.
I just
that.
looked at it. It changes
this.
the graphics, which is funny because it came out in 2000, but it has like a late 90s like graphic setting filter you can put on it, and it's like staticky a little bit. But I didn't actually
like CRT.
play with it.
Kinda?
Would you want to play the whole game that way, or would that be a miss?
It looks a little sepia or something. I don't know. It kind of
I was actually, it's funny because so if you went through, did you go through the accessibility options and stuff like that?
I didn't go into accessibility. No, what's there?
Oh my god! So I was thinking of Matt the entire time, because you can
because Matt can't read.
Well, you can turn this thing has for deaf people, colorblind people.
Because Matt is a little,
Yeah,
you can turn all kinds of stuff on.
But a little
there is an
needs to turn
achievement to
off
play.
things.
There is an achievement if you play the whole game without the radio, which I'm going to definitely do.
Oh,
Oh, for
mode.
sure.
Wait, what does the radio do though?
It tells you.
Anytime a
monsters.
monster gets next to you, it goes off.
Yeah, so it can help you.
It's
but it also
it's a
makes
radio
you more
on
edge.
your person. On your person. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's on
I
your
wonder if
person.
it comes out of the controller on the PS5 version.
It does.
Might.
It does.
Oh.
Actually, they do a really good job with the haptic feedback on this as well. You really should pick this up, Matt.
Yeah, you guys have convinced me. I was worried about the length of the game. I didn't want to spend $90 on a 6-hour experience. But if you're saying it sounds like you and me play the same way, I'm going to explore every inch of this thing. And if you're at 20 hours, 3/4 of the way in, that's a good sign.
And I guarantee you, I missed something already. I just know I'm going to have to go through this a second or third time.
Does this have incentives to play again? Like, do you unlock a certain weapon at the end of the first run and you can do it again?
Yes. So with my bonus content, which I did not turn on, I did, but so you get the soundtrack. You can look at all the art that they came with it and stuff like that. Cool. But you also can change James's head. You can put a pyramid, the pyramid head on you, or the Robbie the Rabbit, which is from Silent Hill 3, on your head. Things like that. And then I think you're probably going to be able to do, get the chainsaw on a second run through. And they do have secret endings if you do certain things. I don't know how that's going to work in this game, but there was 2 or 3 endings in the last one, depending how you interact with certain people during the game.
This all sounds great.
That's what I was going to ask. Is there a good ending, a bad ending? Now, Yacker in the chat, Matt, says, go to your library and ask them to get it for rental. You forgot all about your librarian.
He is joking, but holy crap. Yeah, they would totally have a
this.
copy of this.
Yeah.
They would?
Yeah. They always have new releases.
Yeah,
But they would have like
posted
a
photo of his
scary
library. It was
horror game
stacked
at the
with
library?
games. Yeah, they have everything. Or
it's a
ask
pretty
them if they
cool
could get
library.
it. Go now and ask them if they could get it.
I'll go right after this.
Go
call
right
at
now.
11
Call her
o'clock
up.
PM.
Susan, you better get me Silent Hill 2 remake. Yeah, but no, I wish they did the first one too. I was thinking that, and but no, overall very well received, and it's kind of a perfect Halloween game. So thank you. Let's talk about what else you're playing though, because I know you said you've been playing some other stuff. Because I saw Beyond Shadowgate. I was curious about it. I liked the original NES game.
Yes.
What is this
Yeah,
Beyond
so
Shadowgate thing?
Classic.
Well, it was a Kickstarter, and as soon as I saw, I love Shadowgate. Like
Yep.
that was the original NES one, and then they redid Shadowgate with a new, like brand new graphics and everything, all updated. Amazing game, like a great new soundtrack. And then the original people that did this said, hey, we have this Beyond Shadowgate, which is like a continuation of the original NES game, and it's like 5 times larger than the regular one. And it's got like nods into Deja Vu and I forgot one of the other ones, but so I backed it. I got like all the stuff with it because I love the soundtrack. I love the game. It's, for the old school people like that, you have to click on something. You have to click on like, look at this,
Open.
punch this,
Use key.
Yeah, this game was hard as a kid. I don't even remember.
It was.
I was, and there was no way to like look up easily what the answer
No.
was. So you were just stuck on it
It reminds me
forever.
of Deja Vu. Same.
It
format.
is the same people.
Yeah, it is. You remember
Yeah,
Deja
it's the
Vu?
same- Oh yeah, I love Deja Vu.
Awesome. Oh, there's 2 games I got to get now.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
then you played Little Nightmares 2, I think, because that's one
That was
game.
free
I think,
on. Yeah, it was free on PlayStation Plus last month, and I want to read about the backstory of this thing. I mean, that whole I don't know if any of you have played this, but
I think
just
Matt,
the
you were into
people
it,
in
right? Little Nightmares, at some point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
There's like 3 games, or the 3rd game coming out now, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
What was the
it's
backstory,
really,
though?
I have no. Well, I want to know what the backstory is because
Yeah.
it's super interesting to me. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you meant there was drama with the developer, but yeah, I have no idea what's going on in this game. It's such a weird
I think a
world.
bunch of guys went in a room and said, "Hey, let's make like a Tim Burton kind of game."
It's like the humans are like giants.
but these are
and they're
good
like
Halloween
pigs.
game tips they're giving us. Come on, John. It's not just Tim.
Thanks, Jen.
yeah.
We appreciate
No,
it.
I wanted to also ask you about the PS5 Pro because these guys, John says no until Grand Theft Auto. So you tried to get one and couldn't, right? What are your thoughts about it?
Well, okay.
How could you not get one? Because I had no resistance getting one.
No.
Okay.
No. I did get one, and
okay.
so I did get, but I didn't get I wanted the 30th. So I have the PS4 500 million edition, which is that see through blue one.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I wanted to have this one next to it because it was numbered, but there was only 12,300 of them. I got in there, and I was using
What was the price of that? What were they selling that for?
$1,000.
That's what Sony wanted for that?
Yes. However, and that's a little bit deceiving. It was the PS5 Pro controller, docking station, charger, and the PS5 Pro. What's that? The Elite controller.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Is that a new?
Big
All-
bundle?
Yeah, it was a huge bundle.
Okay. And no drive.
No drive. No. In fact, I bought a drive because I knew I was going to try to get this, but it sold out almost like instantly. There was no chance, and now it's on eBay for $5-10 grand.
Well, I
Is
know
it
you're a
really?
collector, but
Yeah,
it sounds like it's
I'm a
so
physical
limited.
guy.
Just wait,
that it's-
maybe.
Yeah.
What is the Elite controller? What is that?
I think it's kind of like I've never played with the Xbox one. But
Yeah.
I think it's got the controllers,
The paddles on the bottom and stuff?
Yeah, you can do all. You can program it to and all that stuff. But with the 30th anniversary, it looks so fucking cool on these things.
Yeah.
And I really wanted it. It really looked super cool. And I had an opportunity to buy a regular PS5 30th edition, and I didn't do it because, first of all, fuck scalpers. But I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna, it was like 50, it was like $600 or something like that. But it just looked really cool. Sony could have like really released like 30,000 of these things or just do. I mean, they have all access to. Like for example, like when everybody was having a problem finding a PS5, I got emailed like 3 times from Sony. Hey, do you want to buy one? Do you want to buy one? Do you want to buy one? They should be giving these things out to their main supporters. The Sony
Well, Savro, I'm wondering because I had to log in with my account and all that stuff before I could like get an opportunity to purchase one. And I read in Japan that, and don't quote me word for word here, but you had to have like X amount of hours or something for the privilege to buy it. Like
that would have been great. I would have totally been in that because I mean,
trophy levels.
There's some of these guys are making like these fake accounts with like you know 500 email addresses.
Steam did that with
That's
Steam
bullshit.
Deck, I think, John. Right? You had an older account, you had access. And
This is real.
Okay, so I'm correct on this. I'm correct.
Quickly.
Sony Japan is restricting PS5 Pro with 30. You need 30 hours of runtime on PSN.
That's not much. All right, go ahead, Matt.
Sorry, Matt. I just wanted to finish my statement.
No. Sorry. No, I just very relatable. They were selling Oasis tickets here for the 2 shows
too.
Oh, we got somebody.
And what you had?
Did?
Yeah. For the Toronto show.
And what did you have to do?
But so you can get on a list. This goes back to the PlayStation thing. It was like the fan list. Like you had to sign up, answer questions about the band, and then go through like
yeah, I dug that.
Was Wonderwall an answer?
No. When's the last time they played the United States?
Or something? There was something like that.
Anyone can Google that shit.
But it makes you jump hoops, and you can't be a bot doing it. Like it made you do a few things to get on a pre-sale list. So the fans got pre-sale access, and that cut it down. Like that did something.
No, I know. I mean Pearl Jam did that in the back in the day.
I think Sav's right though. Why did PlayStation only make a limited amount of these? Like, why are you creating false hype? Like, they would have had the people who wanted to buy them. Will there be another set of them released and they fuck over all the scalpers? No, that's it.
No,
okay.
Because they wanted the 12,300 because that was it was it was a 1230 of 2000 whenever the original came out. So I just don't understand. They know scalpers are going to go for these things.
Yep.
Find the people that are your loyal PSN people that you have the access to all that information.
I do think they're kind of doing that though by selling them directly through their website, and you have to log in with your PSN account. Don't you think? They're kind of doing that, but not.
Listen, and the reason I know that for a fact is because the guy that was trying to get one for me as well.
Yeah,
he made 15 different poop boy 3 or whatever, poop boy 4, poop boy 5 PSN accounts.
Oh, really?
And yeah, you can just make a bullshit accounts. Like again, if they would be looking at the playtime, like you mentioned, I'd fucking be all for that.
Yeah, you had to have at least 30 hours between 2014 and 2024. That's it.
Because I'm the guy that's going to keep it. I'm going to play it. I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have it in my collection. Now the rest of these are, I mean, there's so many on eBay. It's sickening. I don't like it.
Yeah, that sucks. They could have said, send us a photo of your collection, every PlayStation from the beginning or something. I don't know. They could have done something for a limited amount of them, even 1,000 to the top fans.
No, but I agree. I mean, Steam did do that. Valve did do that with the Steam Deck. You had to have an account that was X years old or something something like that.
Yeah.
That's not hard to implement, right?
Nope. You're right.
Just a little fan service for something like
that. All they had to say, your account must be at least a year old. That pretty much eliminates all of the last minute bots, right?
Yep,
like
100%.
Old bots, though. I think you need more. You need like another layer because.
Yeah, but there's a lot of opportunists that are saying like his friend Poop Boy, who's like
Poop Boy 3, yeah,
right. Like I'm gonna make 10 of those right now.
Yeah.
At least do something. I think is the point. Like try something like that. It might not be perfect, but
if
here's
something
where John
is
says
that
Phil
limited,
wouldn't have done it. Phil doesn't have a product people are clamoring to get, John. That's
well,
the
what
problem.
is an Xbox? I don't even fucking know now. I mean,
he's just giving the.
I thought Xbox was an app, but after the Diablo expansion, I don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, you were lied to. It's time to let it go. All right. Well,
all right,
anything
let's
else
get
you're
into
playing, or you want to use? You want to stay? You want to leave? What do you want to do, Sav?
No. I have lots of. I finished the base game in Elden Ring finally. So.
Good, congratulations, Elden Lord, as we call the guys. Elden Lord, and you were kind of new to Souls-ish games, right? It was kind of.
Yes, that's correct. Okay. I usually don't like them, and
but you were good at it, right? Didn't you like get in and start kicking ass immediately?
No. I actually did. I'm going to be honest with you. I did the thing where in
Game
my
Shark?
way. No, I didn't Game Shark it. What I did is I found a place that I could power level. I power leveled my ass like way high.
That's what
And
everyone
then
does.
I went and got a few things, and then I was just able to kill things like easily.
Okay.
That's exactly how my
that's what
experience.
Elden Ring
I was going to say
though,
that's how
versus
I
the
was
other
playing
games.
it. My limited time was also like that, where I can't get past this part. I'm going to go back and just keep killing things in that area. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I will say
I mean,
one
that's
last
what
thing
that game
is
is designed to do, though.
Yeah, that's why it was more friendly to everybody, which is good.
I will say one more thing is that, and I talked to Michelle about this, but there's another game called Crimson Dynasty that came out.
Yes.
For any of you old school
Matt's got to look at it.
Sierra version, this
Yep.
game is amazing.
Point and clicks.
Point
Yeah.
and click.
It looks like a Laura Bow mystery Sierra game, like Colonel's Bequest, Matt, or something like that. I think
I love those.
it's on my
But made by a modern
Steam
team.
list. Yep.
Okay, cool.
I got to watch that Sierra doc they're working on too.
Oh
As
yeah,
in,
same here.
That's I
They
think
need
you
to
might
remaster King's Quest.
I know, with like a Dark Souls
They did.
engine like look.
Yeah.
But I
Oh.
mean like a 3D like over the. I don't know. Could you imagine some badass adventure
Bring
game
that
like
back.
that?
They
Yeah.
they redid it, but they made it kind of like
Cartoon.
almost like kind of a joke kind of thing, like
Yeah, I don't
Monkey
like-
Island.
Yeah, that might work for like Leisure Suit Larry, but I want like a badass King's Quest.
I would love that.
Such a good property, like King's Quest 3 with Manahan or something, some dark wizard. Let's
Hell yeah.
do it.
I like it. Patent pending.
All right,
Right.
Savril, anything else you want to add before we do some news?
No, but I would like to give a quick shout out to you, John. I actually hate Red Baron pizza, but my wife bought it, and so she made it, and I got some of your big sausage energy. Damn, that's good.
Oh, thank you.
Good.
Super
You don't
good.
like
I
Red
actually
Baron?
was no, fuck Red Baron. I'm a home run guy.
Oh, home run's fucking great. You know, Aldi has that because that's a Chicago thing, and Aldi has that sometime out here. Mm-hmm. Home run
Yeah, but
frozen
your big
pizza.
sausage energy, that was delicious, dude.
Thank you. And by the way, just to quickly plug, the Pippi stuff is on Amazon Prime Day right now, all discounted,
All right.
including
Go pick
Big
it up.
Sausage Energy, which is
And
new.
John sent out 11 of them. If you haven't gotten it yet, they'll be
I
there
did.
soon to our Discord people. All right. So it's
I would
Crimson
think everyone
Diamond,
has it by now. I
right?
sent it priority
Yeah.
mail.
They might.
All right, so
weird 'cause
hey, listen.
Wait, yeah, you did send to Matt, right?
No. Okay,
he
so
will. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He said he
man,
is.
I'm working with customs right now to figure out how we can do that.
He's gonna
This
sick.
is on the,
He's going to
Who
give you a
can-
pack of all
We
three.
need a mule.
What?
We need a mule from the VGO
Okay,
community.
because
John, Matt's going to give you a free ad. You can put it up on the website. This is delicious. Like he's going to
I
voice that for
truly,
you.
I already sent him this shit, and then it never got there
Right,
because
but
of
then
customs.
you said you would send it again. So get
I
on
know.
it. And he's going to give you a
But
voice
every
ad
time
in
I do it, it's
return.
like it cost me like $40, whatever.
Just
Okay.
write not cocaine on it. That's all you need.
right.
All right, let's get
Bullets.
into some news. What did you want to talk about,
Bullets.
John? I know you got some news stories.
There's a bunch of stuff.
Oh,
I guess
I have one too. When we're
Do you
ready.
want? Okay. Well, the one thing that I'm a little weird. Okay, we're gonna get into the Halo thing, I think, in a second. But I don't understand what Sony is doing by removing Little Big Planet from PlayStation Store.
In what sense? You don't understand that they're just not. No one's playing it.
No,
They're
you
like, what
can't.
do you-
You can't buy it.
Too many
yeah.
server issues caused by hackers, I think it says.
Little Big Planet 3 is being removed digitally
So,
as if it never
Michelle
existed.
Raises a good point, though, because it was so dependent on planet-made levels. Is there some kind of
Is it
is that
though?
the reason?
Was it?
Well, yeah, Little Big Planet 3 was all about like user creation, and it had a base game, but that was like, here's all the tools to make whatever game.
Sony's
you
announced
want.
plans to pull Little Big Planet 3 from the PlayStation Store for good after years of insurmountable server issues caused by hackers. The PS4 version of Little Big Planet leaves the PlayStation Store permanently on October 31st with all of the DLC going with it. It's your last shot to buy it before October 31st.
Okay, well, just
You can
remove-
continue to play after this point. If you have downloaded Little Big Planet 3 via PlayStation Plus, you'll be able to play
It's
it after
really
31st.
weird to me because in my mind,
There's
five,
probably people
6
making dicks. There's people making dick
Okay,
plans.
well
They
then
don't want-
remove that. Just remove that.
It's too much work because it's why are they going to upkeep this game forever?
Because
Maybe
this
keep selling it.
was, I thought, their platformer
But
property.
now they got Astrobot,
No.
baby. They don't need it.
What do you mean, no, Matt? It absolutely was.
No, that first of all, that game's like 2 Little Big Planets back. They released Sackboy's Adventure, which didn't really make.
But that was like,
so.
yeah, that was it. I don't know.
They're just saying they're not selling it anymore. You know why? They're going to release it on PC.
You think so? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, let's get into this Halo shit. So,
yeah, what Halo? What's going on?
Well, there's a lot. So Halo Studios is a new name for 343 Studios.
Yeah, so they're renaming 343. It's now Halo Studios.
Yeah.
And then everyone lost their minds.
Not everyone, because I'm sure Matt doesn't even know about it. But basically people are saying it's DOA already because there's a couple of people at this company that just shouldn't be making a Halo game. And one of them is this crazy activist named Nick, who all he does is tweet about guns and not liking them. And he went on and talked about how he has a real problem making a Halo game. He struggles with it because there's guns in the game. And he is the chief creative designer for Halo.
Oh my God.
So they hire someone who hates Halo to make Halo. And it's like, it's very weird. And you have to have people who love the property. This goes whether you're making a TV show or a game.
Okay, so Gray Zone Warfare is a game I love, okay? And if you go on Gray Zone Warfare's Twitter feed, whatever, you see a bunch of guys at a conference table with AR-15s, night vision goggles, all this stuff studying the guns in the game, right?
Yeah.
Halo hires a guy that hates guns to make a fucking
if you do a little
first-person
digging
shooter.
into the studio and who is their
Right.
chief operations staff, the HR woman, and her experience was only in DEI, and that's what so the whole place is like. It seems like activists who hate Halo and the Halo fan base, and people are doing digging and finding like old tweets from these people at this studio, which they just don't seem like people who should be making a Halo game. I'll leave it at that. You can go read Nick's old tweets about his breakdown.
I think you can also go too far with, this person's on the team and this is a tweet they had.
No, but we aren't taking them there.
I agree with Matt on that one.
I agree with them too, but I would never. But
Yeah.
this guy is tweeting about Halo, saying he's struggling making the game, but it's okay because it's a sci-fi gun. So when you are bringing that to the public in your
by the way,
tweets,
was
people
my criticism of Halo 10, 15 years ago.
Well, you don't
said,
like the sci-fi guns.
But
I
said I said I didn't like the sci-fi guns. That's why I like Call of Duty more and Battlefield because I like the real guns.
Yeah.
Right?
But this also reminds me of the Ghosts of Tsushima, whatever. The sequel had a female lead. And they found out that the woman playing the female lead, and she was pitted as this activist, this hardcore radical feminist activist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, that's the comedian that I love on Dropout TV. She's silly. She is not an activist. This guy
actually is an activist. He has 10 flags in his public bio.
So in this case, it's true, but I'm just wary of this. Like, let's find who's acting in every game.
No, Matt, we have the head creative. Let's not conflate them. We have the head creative director for Halo Studios saying, "I honestly don't think I could work on a game that glorifies or fantasizes modern guns like COD or Battlefield. I've had moments I've been struggling with creating Halo, but the weapons and the world is sci-fi, so that makes it okay for me." So
did this guy have a stroke when watching the Halo show?
Well, these people just shouldn't be making a Halo game. Like, you're free to think what you want, do what you want, but you can't be shocked.
So this is the problem we have. This is the problem we have with gaming. Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is this: is that you have a bunch of people that have a vision for the initial release of the game.
But they don't seem like gamers. You're making a fucking FPS,
Michelle,
dude.
let me finish.
You're making an FPS.
You have okay. The people of Bungie, okay. Going back, they had Marathon, and they made Bungie, and then Apple was going to buy them, and then Microsoft bought them, and Ed Freeze. Right. So all those people that were initially involved in this game, okay,
right,
they were making a badass first-person shooter, a game that was competitive, multiplayer, all that stuff. That's what the game was. Then they all leave. This is the problem. They all leave.
But I just have a problem with people who can't understand fantasy from reality.
But this is
because
what's
I'm not a gun
everything.
person. I've never touched a gun. I'm from Connecticut. There was no gun culture around me. But I know this is a video game, and for your mind to even go there and say I'm struggling working on Halo.
But I just explained to you what the problem is.
The problem is these people are crazy, and they shouldn't be making games.
No. This person is allowed to make games. The problem is when they go into
make a cozy game about cats, bud.
Yes,
You shouldn't be making
I'm
an
okay
FPS.
with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. If you
want
want to make,
bro here.
if you have the vision and you want to make it,
if this is your passion, if you're not aligned with the vision,
the problem
Exactly.
is that these visions have already been established. Okay,
Yeah.
and you have people coming in and they have a new vision for this, but and
It's a
the
kinder,
old
gentler
fans.
Halo.
I know, but I'm fine with them making whatever vision they have. But
So am I.
there's
But you shouldn't be
there's an
making Halo if you
established-
don't like.
Start
If you don't
Start your
FPS
own-
games.
There's an established vision, and Star Wars has the same problem. Okay,
Well, the Bungie guys feel that way. They
It's
shit talk
not
the
George
studio.
Lucas's
The
vision
there's been
anymore.
beef between Bungie,
Right.
who obviously
Yeah.
went on to do Destiny, and this studio. There's been they claim they're cool now, but they sort of shit talked and said that the people there hate the property and hate the people who play it. So.
I believe it.
I have a question for you guys because I was thinking about this earlier, and I think John brings up a good point. Can you think of a time that, like, let's say the Halo people, like, they had their original team that put this out there,
right?
Has there been a time where, 10 years has passed, and then they got the original team back to make another kick-ass
I know.
sequel to something?
I don't think so. I think those
I
guys.
don't think so.
They all cash out,
I know that's sad.
They all burn out. Yeah.
or they cash out.
But I think they burn out super quick in this industry too. Like they're just like, fuck it. I'm not
Well,
gonna
Bungie guys went on to make Destiny, right? So, but then those core guys are all gone too. I'm sure, right?
Well, this is what, like, for example, one of the things I was going to bring up for news was I saw that DC would be making a new game, right? I love another Batman game, but all those people from the old days of Rocksteady and making Batman
Yeah, it would be a
gone.
completely new team. Like, we're never going to get a Rocksteady Batman game anymore because those people, like you said, the team isn't there.
Yeah, they're gone. And
But then
sorry,
you should
my
stick to
internet's
the
flipping out.
original. You know what I mean? Get true believers in the IP that you're working for.
Right.
Exactly.
That's kind of what I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah.
instead of
I think it's pretty common sense. This story sounds like if a guy who only worked on electric cars worked for like a gas guzzling automaker and is like, you know what, I don't believe in these cars, but
Yeah, but I'm making a
I
Ford
guess I'll
movie
work
for pickup
here.
trucks. Yeah, it's like, why
Yeah,
are you doing
right,
this?
right.
You
so
know?
like it's not a good fit for you. And I think I agree with John and you. It's just, you can make games. I'm all for different perspectives in gaming. I think it's dumb to say
me too.
So, but
Like,
just don't make a
even
Halo
like
game.
Concord.
Yeah.
Concord's fine. Concord can exist if there's an audience
Well,
for
it
it.
can't.
Let them.
They got rid. There wasn't
I
an
know,
audience for it.
but I'm just saying, if that's someone's vision and that's a new IP, I don't give a fuck. Okay, right?
Nobody does. Let's just.
It
We're
doesn't
talking about
harm
Halo.
me.
We're talking
Yes,
about one of the.
But when
like, how
I'm
could Phil let
invested
this
in it,
happen? That Phil
when I'm
has these
invested
people,
in something,
John, Phil is
listen,
shit.
we should be clear though. A lot of this is to be seen. We don't know what this means for the future and what for the next game.
I
Obviously,
don't
they're
care
getting
what it means. They hired the wrong people at a shitty company.
Obviously,
They shouldn't be
yes,
making a Halo
because
game.
again, like I want to see the guys like on Gray Zone who are posting fucking images of all these AR-15s
you don't
on
have
their
to
Twitter.
be a real gun guy to make a video
I know,
game
but-
because I
but
play
that's-
FPSs and I've never touched a gun in my life. You know what? Because I know the difference between reality and fantasy. This sicko doesn't. This guy needs help. All right, let's move on to.
And these are all space guns and needlers, which is why I always hated Halo. By the way, and I said it from the beginning. I did like
You
Halo
don't have to be
2.
a gun person to like Halo. I'm pretty sure Matt isn't. It's just a game, and people need to
I did
understand
like Halo
fantasy
2.
and reality.
Halo 2 is pretty much where it stopped. Halo 3, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
But Halo 2 was where it was at.
All right, so John, this is something we predicted for a while, that Ubisoft was
Yes.
dead, and we told you guys that Tencent maybe 10 years ago was going to take over. Now, there are talks of Tencent potentially buying out Ubisoft. The rumor sent Ubisoft stock up because it was down. It had gotten cut in half in the last year. I want Tencent to buy Ubisoft. Scrape
you
them
really?
from the
Yeah.
floor, release Splinter Cell and all the old Clancy games again, get some masculine energy back in there. I think it would be a good thing. Okay, because Tencent was involved, and like we talked to that woman, that guest we had.
Yeah, I know.
They were involved with Wukong. They're involved in a lot. They're not
And
necessarily
they were involved
evil.
in that new Delta Force shooter that Matt McCarthy and I like.
Save Ubisoft. They have so many good properties.
They have a
they're
lot of good
doing-
properties.
So
Well,
maybe
Tom
Tencent
Clancy has
can
good
scrape them off
properties.
the floor. So this is true. Ubisoft
Tom
has
Clancy's
stated
wife.
that it is true and that they are considering it, and this could maybe happen.
Well, the
and I'm here to say
Guillemot
good.
family, whatever, who
Guillemot,
started it.
whatever it is. Yeah,
Whalemo?
Matt, how do you say that? You're
you're the
Guillemot.
closest thing we have to
you're,
French.
you're
here, Matt.
more French adjacent than we are.
Here's the thing,
think
though.
you're almost there.
When
What's
they said
that?
this could, sorry. this could result in
he's far away from it.
This could result in a 40% reduction of staff. And I'm here to say, well, if that's what it takes for them to release a good AAA polished game, then that's what it takes. Because nobody bought Star Wars, nobody bought Skull and Boner, and their Assassin's Creed Shadows pre-orders were in the shitter. So, and they couldn't. So, like, we need Ubisoft. If you don't want them to die and go away,
they can't even release Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah, then you need to let Tencent come along and maybe bring back Ubisoft from 15 fucking years ago when it was good. Maybe it's a good thing.
Yeah, I want to be honest. I thought Tencent might have been the evil, but they're part of the Bloober team too. They actually own.
They own everything.
Yeah, so I mean, I love Assassin's Creed, but it's starting to kind of go down the shitter. Like,
I mean, Assassin's Creed in the beginning was fucking amazing.
But the rumor is from the people who played,
and they beat it to fucking
from the
death.
people who played Shadows, they said technically and the combat, like, it was so bad it wasn't connecting. And just coming off of Wukong, which was, by the way, an Unreal 5 game and so fucking polished, didn't have the Unreal 5 stutter. The combat connected. It felt so good, and people were comparing that when they had played like the technical tests for Shadows, and they had to like delay it. And now they couldn't even do the Tokyo Game Show. Like Ubisoft is in trouble, and I don't want them to go away. There's so many great properties, Assassin's Creed, whatever, all the Clancy stuff. Let's get another company in to manage this, make it better, and save some of the properties. Like, we would all miss some of these Ubisoft properties. They just haven't been good in a while.
No, they haven't. So I found this interesting. Maybe it's not as interesting as I think, but GameStop is releasing a Android controller for phones.
They're making their own hardware.
And it's coming out November 11th. You can pre-order it now. It's $79 US. It looks like an Xbox controller cut in half that you put an Android phone or an iPhone in the middle.
Haven't people moved on from this and they're now on to
I think so.
PCs?
I bought one of these. It was a dumb purchase. It was a gimmick that I tried. But like my daughter's boyfriend, he bought one and he plays Call of Duty mobile. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I
Are people using this?
Dumb. I mean, if I was a mobile gamer, I'd probably like it, but
I've always had Switches and now the Steam Deck. Like, I never felt like I needed my phone to be that device, you know?
Yeah. I think kids like touch screens now, so it's probably not going to work.
I mean, Savro, would you buy a GameStop Raptor 8?
Did you want a PS Portal? No. I know you're a Sony guy. Did you want a Portal or did you have one?
No, I really do want another handheld Sony. I do have the Vita and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, I did not get the Portal. But I would not buy that from GameStop. No way.
No. Speaking of mobile, Pal World is coming to mobile with PUBG's publisher Krafton securing a global license for the game. So they're still forging forward with the Nintendo patent thing going on. Pal World on mobile could be pretty big. And imagine if they do like a Pal World Go, like Pokemon Go style game as well.
Oh, man. Nintendo's got to squash their ass soon.
No.
If they did Pal World Go, that would be the biggest fuck you to Nintendo in the world.
I don't know where they're at. That could take a while. People are saying they've got no leg to stand on because they established the patent later, and they're claiming it's because of how you capture monsters, and they're saying it's too close to human action of hunting. You throw traps. So we'll see. Like, what they do, Nintendo just goes around and pressures people, especially like smaller companies, and Pal World's getting a lot of support. They've made a lot of money. They're fighting back. They said, we believe there is nothing going on here. Oh, yeah, Pally World. Sav, you had a song. That was the best thing to come.
Yeah.
You were anti-Pal World. I still loved this game. It was fun for a while. And it may be up on our Games of the Year list. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to win for me, maybe. But it was 2024, believe it or not. It's been a long year already. It was early. What news did you guys see before we get out of here? Any other topics you want to talk about?
Me.
Yes, that's right.
Alien Isolation 2 is a thing. It's being made.
Yep.
Sequel to one of the best, I think, horror thriller games ever made. Mm-hmm. So,
who's making it? Same company?
As excited as me. I don't know those details, Michelle.
Okay.
I just know it's being made.
As long as it's not 343. Now, Sav, did you like Isolation? Because you, like I said, you're a horror fan guy.
Sav's got good taste. You'd probably like Isolation.
I watched one of my friends play it. I did not play it because it just seemed
hallway game.
I don't know. Too scary.
No. It just the whole hiding aspect, and I don't know. It just didn't.
Yeah.
Dude, it wasn't just hiding. It was sneaking and there was androids that you had to like stealth attack too at some points. And
that was my complaint. But I remember there was no gameplay. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I remember just like
very wrong.
Avoiding the alien was the gameplay. It was the Heidi game.
I mean, that was a lot of what you did, but it was fun.
It's a lot.
Are you into all these new movies then too, as well, Matt?
I'm not huge into the Alien franchise, but I did hear a lot of good things about the latest one.
Oh, really? I heard bad things about Romulus. Is it good, bad?
Well,
I don't know.
I'll watch it for free, so I won't really. It doesn't
okay. Yeah. I don't know. I like alien movies and space movies and things going wrong. So I will give the second one a chance, Matt. Maybe they'll add a little more gameplay. Maybe they won't do the exact same gameplay. They might change it up a little bit. All right. Well, I think that's it, John, unless you saw anything.
I just want to mention this as this is a Prime big deal.
Okay.
This is one of their big deals. You ready for this? 44% off for less than $80 US. You could be playing Xbox in your living room with Game Pass Ultimate and a controller.
Oh, come on with this garbage.
What? So right now on Amazon, regular $142,
is Phil
reduced
paying
to
you, John?
No, I mean, so Phil and Amazon and Jeff have gotten together.
Okay,
they're doing an Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max with a controller and 1 month of Game Pass Ultimate for $80.
It should be a year for that price. You could play Indiana Jones. You could play.
If they said a year, then it is that would be way more killer, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Phil can fuck you over for a year.
Yeah.
I don't know, John.
I mean, Xbox is definitely getting ready for the holiday because right now there are preloads for Indiana Jones.
But we know how their preloads go. We had a preload for Diablo, and then, by the way, I had to download another 40 gigs when the game came out. Because they forgot.
That was the whole thing, too, last night, was that my Xbox had a newer version of Diablo than my PC did.
Yeah, Phil can't get it under control. He doesn't know.
And that was during the time where they were trying to, like, update it and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, let's get out of here.
All right, well, thank you, Sav. I think we sold Silent Hill tonight. Hopefully Matt can get with his library and try it too, because I do think he would appreciate it. If you want to say hi to Sav, he is a mod in our Discord, and he's got a really cool collection. Ask him about his stuff. He'll probably post cool pics. We will be back next week with some kind of theme. I don't know. We got to figure this out. You can head to our website at videogameoutsiders.com. We have show notes, episode archives. Thank you, Beamles. We've got a Discord. We've got, I don't know, anything else we need to say or do? Or
I think that's it.
I think that's it. Big
So,
sausage
Savril,
energy.
thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Video Game Outsiders out.
And so it seemed to be the best idea yet. A revolutionary way to play against players of similar skill. But little did I know what lay ahead. Those Spartan guys?
No.
Oh.
When I go online, I said, what do I see?
Oh, I know that round ring thing, right?
No, I see.
Stupid heads!
I see.
Stupid heads!
I see.
Stupid heads! Halo! Stupid heads!
I see.
Stupid heads!
I see.
Stupid heads!
I see.
Stupid heads!
Don't you know I see? Assault glitch. Bye.